Yeah, life in Cairns in the last week. It's the 1st of October. Daylight saving for most of you people down south, south of the Queensland border, but not the case up here. We are just going along as per normal with the normal time zone. Not feeling 100% today. Now that may be partially due to the fact that I indulged in a bit of a drink last night. I went to Dan Murphy's and bought myself some Bushmills Irish whiskey. Very nice, I might add. But I overindulged last night mainly because of this. This is a Richmond Football Club scarf, and yesterday was the AFL Grand Final day. And amazingly enough, Richmond actually won the damn thing. It's been a long time. I think 1980 was the last grand final that we'd won. So it's quite an historic occasion. And they absolutely thumped the Adelaide Crows. It was not expected because Adelaide Crows are the best team over the whole year. But there's only one game that counts at the end of the season, and that is the grand final. The MCG was packed to the gills. Apparently it was almost impossible to get tickets. You had to pay through the nose to get any from scalpers and what have you. It was so popular that they opened up the Punt Road Oval, which is the Richmond's historical home ground, which is only a couple of 100 metres from the MCG, and that was absolutely packed out with Richmond supporters who couldn't make it to the MCG itself. It just shows you the popularity of the club. It is the biggest football club in Australia now, much bigger than Collingwood. So that's only taken place in the last couple of years. But and after this premiership win, of course, they're going to go from strength to strength. So pity them up here in a way, but I wouldn't have gone to the grand final anyway. It's not much fun because it's very crowded and what have you. Although the atmosphere would have been great. And if nothing else, it would have been good to maybe go to Punt Road. But apparently they were charging $150 for tickets just to front to the Punt Road Oval. It was actually on a big screen, but the actual match was like 200 metres away in the big venue. So that's extraordinary. And of course, there was a lot of partying on after the event, and I overindulged a few drinks last night, and something I don't do too often these days, and especially when I'm not in Vietnam. And but fair enough. It was a wonderful game, and I also made a little bit of money out of it. I actually, speaking of Vietnam, when I went over there, I tried to put a bet on my online sports bet account, and apparently it's one of the countries that's banned by them. You can't make a bet from that country, and they suspended my account. I got it reactivated just about a few weeks back. And I decided I had about $66 in the kitty there because I hardly ever use it. And I decided I'll put some bets on for the grand final. I did it strategically too because it's amazing the myriad of different types of bets you can actually now put on one big event like the grand final. It's extraordinary. You can vote on how many disposals players have had, what the first goal was, and I actually put bets on each of those. I put $5 on Daniel Rioli, who played really well, and I thought he was a good chance. As it turned out, he did try to dob a goal from 45 metres out. It didn't bounce through, and an Adelaide player got the first goal. But it was a good bet in retrospect, and would have paid about 5 to 1. And the other one was Cochin, Trent Cochin, the captain of Richmond. I put him down for over 30 possessions because he's been getting a huge number of possessions each game. It was a big ask. He came nowhere near it. He didn't have a particularly stellar day at all. I didn't even know he was on the field until about half-time when I finally saw his face, which is really strange. But the rest of the team were playing unbelievably inspired football. They were just putting so much pressure on the opposition. I don't care what sort of a sport we're talking about, but if you've got an elite sport and you've got a united team who are continually pressurising the opposition, doesn't matter how skillful they are, they're going to make mistakes. And that's exactly what happened to Adelaide. They were totally locked down by Richmond's relentless play, and it was amazing to watch. So that was fantastic. I ended up making some money, even though I bet against Richmond as well as for them. The logic of that was that I thought, well, look, if Adelaide win by a large margin, at least I can collect some money off the carnage. So I put a bet for them winning 40 points or more, put $20 on that. I put $30 on Richmond winning, just winning outright, and that paid about $2.30, which would have got my money back as well. The only bad result would have been, say, a draw or a very close finish where Adelaide wins by less than 39 points, but that didn't happen, thank God. That would have been the nightmare scenario. And I also added another bet, not just the $30 one, I put $5 on for Richmond to win by 40 points or more, which they ended up doing. And that paid 9-1, so that was really nice. So I ended up being about $45 up over the day. It's the second year in a row at the AFL Grand Final that I've actually made money. I did a similar sort of bet with the Bulldogs last year because I was so inspired by the way they played. I thought, this is such a gutsy, determined team. And it played out. They really did the goods, so that was great. Well, look, it's enough football. I won't keep flaunting my acrylic generic Richmond scarf any longer. I mean, the media is absolutely saturated with Richmond stories at the moment, so it's just ridiculous. I don't need to put fuel on that fire. I'm also very pleased that we didn't have any politics in the game yesterday, because the NRL is about to have their grand final tonight, because it's actually Sunday afternoon as I record this, and they've got a controversial rapper out who's going to be making a yes vote for the same-sex marriage. He's going to be singing a song which he composed years ago, but it's just a bad look to have this happening while we've got this particular ballot going out. I really wish these sporting codes and corporates would just stop getting involved in politics like this. And I think they'll find that they could actually come back to bite them, because not everybody agrees with what these people say. It's like Alan Joyce saying that everybody in Qantas is for a yes vote on same-sex marriage. Well, that is obviously not the case. He can't talk on behalf of all his employees, and so I don't think he should. And it's not appropriate. This is why we have elections, so people can do this privately. So yeah, I'm pretty over it. I doubt whether the no case will get up, but I think the yes lobby has been so pushy in the way they've been going about this that they might have actually shot themselves in the foot. But time will tell on that one. Chances are it still will get through. And I'm not against that. The yes vote's fine, but I am pissed off with the way that the yes lobby have acted. And it's just there are two sides to every story, and you can have an argument still in this country. One would hope, although I'm starting to wonder whether that is the case. And that's why I've got very strong libertarian views these days, because I'm very concerned that proper debate is being shut down. And it's really scary when it gets shut down at universities, where it should flourish. That should be a breeding ground for debate. Now it's for one, it's just for a, they're basically institutions to basically convey the one particular political view, and if you buck that in whatever in essays you write and what have you, you'll get marked down. It's just an appalling situation. The groupthink is so repressive in those institutions these days, and it's just very sad, because no good will come of it long term. It's not going to help the students think clearly, and really universities should be about that.
Fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland. risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tigerland.